dial, the show's begun. Where ideas spark and dreams are spun. In a world of layers and endless hue, Kern makes it all for me and you. Kern makes 3D printing dreams, building up those crazy schemes. From plastic lines to masterpiece, this is the place where wonders increase. Step inside the workshop zone, where every print stands on its own. With laughter, pride, and lessons shared, Kern makes the magic we're breathing. Kern makes 3D printing dreams, building up those crazy schemes. From plastic lines to masterpiece, this is the place where wonders increase. Wheels are spinning, hearts are grinning, innovation's just beginning. Layer by layer it comes alive.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome. I just got up and stretched, my friend. How are you?
Makes 3D printing dreams, building up those crazy schemes. From plastic lines to masterpiece, this is the place where
Greetings, everybody, on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Kick. We're streaming everywhere tonight.
wonders increase. Wonders increase.
What's up, Mythical? Let's see. Let's go to this camera right here. Hey, everybody. How's it going? So, hello, salutations, greetings, all that good stuff. Got a whisker hair in my mouth. Welcome to the Maker Series. Fernando, what's going on? Welcome. Oh, man. So we did a game stream this morning. Games were not that fun. We had a bunch of nasty cheaters, but it is what it is. Just wasn't our day, right? Sometimes you have those, sometimes you don't. And when you do, you just got to move on. We have the new air conditioner going on. It's rocking this room right now. I love it. The Mega Stream didn't happen yesterday, guys, because the air conditioner that was in the room here died. And it was 100 degrees in here. I could not stay in this room whatsoever. But now it's a nice, cool 66 degrees in here with all of these printers running. And yeah, hope you all having a great day. Let's catch you guys up here. Let's go to this camera here. No, actually, maybe this one. You can do it. Come on, camera, catch up. Don't you love it when cameras don't want to catch up? There we go. There is the DUENDER, guys. It is basically 80% complete. We have to do wiring and the kinematics belt. Max Goalkeeper, what's happening? How are you, my friend? How are you? And there is somebody in chat that's going to be happy to know that something is printing in that magical green. And let's see. Do I have a scene for that? I'm not sure I have a... Well, yeah, I do, kind of. Let's go over here. You got to get back to work, but you haven't even seen anything. Looks great. Well, the other camera's not coming up yet. So there it is. There's that camera. What's up, the dark? How are you? Welcome. But yeah, everybody. By the way, we are now officially sponsored by Central 3D Printing. Yes, and I got an actual sponsor. So I will have all of their link and information in the description in just after stream. So if you guys want to grab some Epic ABS Plus and some of their other products, feel free to do so. I don't have a affiliate link or anything like that at the moment. They're still working on that, but you know, there we go. How am I? I am doing very well, thank you. Now that I can keep this room cool, now that I can keep the room cool. You're still here. Well, printing up there on the top printer is the turtle. 2 days, 8 hours to print that turtle because I'm printing it in full multicolor. So yeah, let's pray that it doesn't screw up on me. The model that I grabbed that turtle off of, everybody, was not a multicolor print, so I made it one. It says YouTube is not receiving good enough video to maintain smooth streaming, which is absolute horse crap because we have a lot of bandwidth. I mean, a lot of bandwidth. Let's go over here. There we are. So this is the DUENDER project, 2 Ender 3s that were taken apart and put back together in such a manner that it creates a Core XY printer instead of a bed slinger. We have the Z-axis complete. We have the rear. Now, these gears on the back here, you guys are going to have a hard time seeing that. Let me go to this camera. Oh, this thing's a beast, too. That's not the right camera. There we go. These gears right here, I may need to replace these because they are slightly over-dimensioned. So they don't spin, in a solid way. They actually are a little bit oblong. I'm not real happy with the quality of the product, even though it was a recommended product. So we'll see what happens on that. But we have XY, we have Z, and all we need to do now is put the belts on and then do all of the electrical wiring. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be working on in doing that. And we're going to start off by using the Big Tree Tech Pico. This little guy here. We got this camera. This little guy here as the main control board, which means I have to rewire everything. Yo, JPP, what's happening, my guy? How are you? And it's been a hot minute since I've done a maker stream, everybody. Nakama, how are you? Welcome. Val, hello. Mina, hello. Val, Mina. Val, Chow, and Mina. Hello. Thank everybody for being here. Thank you, guys. But, so, and then I actually have to design the electronics case for the bottom of this guy because the one that is currently existing, I don't like at all. We're going to need to put a 5-volt buck converter in so that I can have steady power on the 5-volt side of this. I meant on the, on the Raspberry Pi side, I should say. And then we got to just wrap it up. I mean, everything else is pretty much good to go. So, And it's been a minute since you guys have seen this printer. So, let's go back to this. But like I said, this guy right here, it's two old Ender 3s that I have thrown together off of the DUENDER project. And I do have to square some stuff up. There's some stuff that's not quite square. So I got to get my square out and make sure everything's nice and level. But, and then here's the thing. Let me dig through all my junk here. So I printed off the skirts for the bottom, right? And I have an issue with how these things go on. So this is the rear skirt here. It actually goes back here. And then the front skirt, the fan port side skirt, and then let's see, yeah, the other side fan skirt. Did I get that right? Yeah, I did. All right. Now there's one problem with this fan side here, is it doesn't fit. Doing all right, just trying to get ready for the new studio. Did you guys finally move? Duca, what's happening? Jen, hello. Greetings, everybody. Why is that not coming through on here? I'm not sure. That's where it's not coming through on the multi chat. I don't understand why. And I do apologize that it's not coming through on the multi chat. Doesn't make sense to me. But so the problem I've got is the way these things mount. It uses M3 with T-nuts. And the T-nuts are almost impossible to get to work. I printed off, the printable T-nuts, and they don't work. So I'm sitting here going, what on earth am I to do here? Whoops. We're going to have to dig that one out. Nice, buddy. I'm glad you guys are getting into a new place. So if anybody has, I tried looking for T-nuts up on AliExpress and Amazon, and for the amount that I need, I'm sitting here going, I'm not spending $30 on M3 T-nuts for this project. So I've got to find a way to print them properly. It's just driving me absolutely bonkers. But, so for those of you that were at Murph, I wasn't, but there was a project that showed up. And I got highly interested in it. And here's the reason why I say I'm going to have to rebuild part of the case for this, is because look at that. Would you just look at it? This is one of the coolest projects for storage that I have ever witnessed. Let me show you here. Collections, it is in collections, and it is, there we are, the Gen 2 Girari. Let's switch this over to the live scene. Hey, it's backwards. Don't you just love it when stuff like this happens? Let's flip this over. So this is the Gen 2 tabletop kit, and I'm actually modifying it a bit. I'm not using the tabletop, but I'm going to be using the short drawers, the short ones, like it's on, and almost full length. So it'd have to be printed on my 300 for the base of the printer. And this whole side of my wall here is going to all be these drawer kits. Now, it's driving me nuts because it takes about 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours to print one drawer and the slide for it. So it's going to be a long-term project because it's going to keep one printer going 24/7. Thankfully, it can be done in PLA or PETG, so it can be done on my bed slingers. That way I can keep my closed printers, for stuff printing in ABS or ASA. Fahim, what's up? Welcome. But Girari has created this kit, and there are just so many iterations that you can possibly go through. You can get custom decor face plates. They mount underneath tables, underneath desks. They mount on top of the desks. They mount everywhere. So it is an absolute just fun time. Carapado, welcome. Look at all you. Look at all you new peoples. I love you. I love you a lot. So, and I got the idea off of this. He built a storage system for underneath the Core 1, which I need to send to Dan, actually, Maker's Mind Nexus. You guys, thankfully for I just reminded me of that. There, sent that to him because I don't want to forget to do that. But modular storage underneath a printer is actually something very useful. My workbench, is always cluttered with crap. And it's like, okay, if I can have specific places for specific things, glue sticks, a set of Allens, at each printer station, or not each one, but every couple one or whatever, at least one set over there. That way I'm not digging into my little toolboxes over here. You know, nips, all that sort of stuff, it would make life a lot easier. So I'm going to actually start off with the DUENDER and build it for that, and then I'm going to go ahead and build the same thing for the Anycubic S1, the Cobra S1, and my FlashForge printer. And then I don't know, I might do the Ender 3 Max Neos. I'm not sure about that. I'm definitely going to build something though, as a riser, because resin printers are freaking short. So I'm going to build one for the resin printer. That way I can actually put two resin printers on top of it. So it is literally probably one of the most useful ideas I have come across yet. And oh yeah, he has a maker chip drawer that I've got to build too. That one I forgot to mark and download. Let me snag that real quick before I forget. That's a very cool way to carry all your makeup chips to an event, you know. I have another thing that I've been working on, a pirate treasure box for that. So um, that'll be kind of cool. That'll be kind of cool. Hey, look, you guys can see the TikTok live screen. Oh no, not like it matters. There's no private information on there anyway. Let's see, what do we got going on here? What do we got? We're only 20 minutes in, and for some reason it says unstable on all my streams. Let's go run a speed test, guys, because I can guarantee it's not bandwidth. Let's go over here. Gee, is it a bandwidth problem? I don't think so. Yeah, JP, I got to thinking about it after Remurf. I'm like, I want to design a treasure chest, one for people to drop their chips into, and then another one for people to grab a chip out of. It's the same chest, right? Gee, I don't think it's a bandwidth problem. I think it's a service issue. I got gig by gig, up and down. Everybody telling me my internet's unstable. My internet ain't unstable. But what do you guys think of those drawers? Do you think that'd be a good idea? You know, a cool idea? You're going to Printopia in September. That's awesome. I'd like to hit the one up in Texas, but I can't make it this year. There's too much going on. Well, good hiddle diddle. Yeah, so it's got to be YouTube and Twitch going. I'm stupid. What's up, MJ? My AC is my new AC. New to me anyway. It's a year old. Nice Toshiba. It is doing absolutely wonderful. Here, let me get my butt up. Oh, ow. I'll show you guys. I'll show you. Let's see. Let's turn the camera this way. And, oh, wait. No, I need to leave the camera this way. And we turn it this way. And then turn this way. Hey, it's upside down. There you go. New AC in the house. Cost me $80 on Facebook Marketplace. Yep, 1 year old. New hair conditioner. Heck yeah. What's up, Stephen Machado? But you guys came here to see the DUENDER. And here is the DUENDER. Look at this monster, man. This monster of a small printer. It weighs more than my Flash Forge already. But all we've got to do at this point, like I said, is finish the kinematics, which is basically running the belts and tensioning them, and then electronics. That's it. We went with, if you guys can see, we went with a stealth burner style fan trad setup. It's got the original Sprite hot end on it, as well as a Creality direct drive, because I don't got any money to buy, you know. Yeah, ooh, mini hernia, exactly. I don't have any money to buy a new direct drive setup, so if anybody wants to sponsor one, I will build the whole system for it. Now, there is something. I can't actually run the belts until I cut the belt loops in this damn thing, in the actual roller plate. I was kind of foolish and I put all this together. And it's beautiful. It works great. And then I remembered I actually have to cut this. I have to cut the 4 slots for the top and bottom belts, which means I have to pull it out, mount it into a vise, and drill it out, and then take a file and file it down and make it nice and smooth. And I'm not going to torture you guys with that crap because that is just nonsense. We redid the modeling for the Z-axis, and we actually put these pillow blocks down here. It lowers the motors down by 15 millimeters so that I don't have to cut the Z-axis, the threaded rod. I moved the mount point from the outside to the inside. If you guys can see that right here, it used to be a single plate on the outside. Now it's on the inside, and there are 2 M6 T-nuts and bolts there, and then 1 on the bottom here that goes straight up. I had to actually thread the 2020 extrusion, and then there are 3 on the bottom that actually holds it together on each side. So it's actually really, really stiff and tough. And I have to make the Y harness for it. I can do independent Z-tilt calibration if I ran each motor independently, which I'm thinking about doing, but I was thinking about making a Y splitter like I just said. Now, I did also find another builder of these who on the backside added a 3rd Z-axis to the back here. But yeah, you can see it does individual tilt. And the nice thing is that is max height right there. And there's no Z-rod sticking up at all. So if it follows layer by layer like it should, there should be no collisions. And I have full use of the bed. I also remodeled, if anybody was here for the last stream, the depth between the stealth burner mount and the back plate on the roller mount. I think I already threw it away. Oh, no, I didn't. Here was the original. And I'm on the wrong cameras. Again. No, wrong camera. Renee Real, welcome from Germany. There we go. Now you guys can see this. This is the original backplate, and you add this into this mess, and oh my God, it takes up so much of your space. You lose like 25, 30 millimeters of printable bed space because of that. So, it is what it is. So, but yeah, that is max Z height there. We have all the bearings installed, all the pillow blocks installed, the tensioner installed. But now I have to get to working on, like I said, first the electronics case that goes on the bottom, and then the drawer setup. That's going to be later. The drawers can always come later. But I don't know. What do you guys think so far? Let's go to this camera. What do you guys think of that thing? This is a project that's been taking absolutely forever. First, we get stalled because of heat inserts, and then because of screws. I don't know if you guys realize how hard it is to get some of this stuff right now. It's not hard. It's just really expensive, and it just kind of makes a bummer. But when you're like if you're like me, you're like, okay, well, I have to do everything I do on a budget. But here we go. I've got something for y'all. Let's go to this one. Okay, there we are. All right. So my first maker coins, guys. There's 25 original maker coins. 25. I will, if you guys go to Discord and drop me your address, if you guys want one, I will ship you one free. I'll throw it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, put your address on it, and off you go. Stephen, I actually still have more parts that I could actually dig up to make other stuff. I mean, there's still another Ender 3 down there. I've got a ton of parts over here in the drawers and the bins. It's all the little stuff though. Oh, believe me, JPP, I get you, man. I get you. I want a stand-up work table, at least something like what Jerry has, where I can sit on a stool or something. No, did I? Yes, I did get one. I did get one. I did get one. That is true. But I didn't have my chips to give out at Remurf. Yeah. It's back up there. I don't know if you can see, but I got my chip wall back there. So yes, I do have I do have yours up there. I can see it from right here. You had your blaster built except for the motors. I mean, I get it. I got so much crap around here that I could actually build projects with. The thing is I'm missing all the little pieces. It's like, oh, I ran out of screws. How do you run out of screws when you're dealing with M3? Oh, yeah, it's pretty easy when you're in 3D printing because M3 is the most common size. So, by the way, guys, I bought some of those little U.S. General toolboxes at Harbor Freight to put on the stream bench, and I don't know if you guys even noticed them. Yeah, they're right here. I love these things. Like 90% of the tools that I use for the 3D printing, stuff, all fits in those two drawers. What are you going to be using 4,500 psi carbon fiber air tanks for? M3 by 10 always works, especially if you own a Dremel tool. Just saying. But yeah, if anybody does want one of these, hit me up in Discord, and I will happily just pop one in the mail to you because that's the easiest way to get them out while I can't go to an event. And these are the originals, so there will be never anything like them again. I won't have any more. Just 25 originals. But like I said, the electronics we're going to be using the Pico for this character. And if we do need a secondary MCU, we'll be making it out of a 4.2.7 Creality board. JPP is making a biodome. Yeah. So we're gonna make a 12,000 psi airsoft wireless hole puncher in plastic. There you go. Jetpacks. And the only reason I'm using the Pico is because I'll just be honest with you guys. I ain't got the funds right now. I can't go out and buy any more stuff. I've got to find a way to start making this stuff pay the bills because I'm running short of dough. Although I do need to order a new set of crimpers because yeah, I found out my crimpers suck at putting on these JST connectors. Of course, I think all crimpers suck at putting on JST connectors. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. At least I don't have to repin any of the motors because LDO sends them with the proper connectors. Ooh. Be careful with that anti-drone project, man. I've heard some people get in trouble with that. But, 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 go for it. Are they just used airsoft tanks? Is that what they are? So we'll be coming out of this with USB-C. I'm gonna have to go USB-C to USB-C because the connector on the Raspberry Pi is USB-C. And then I have to get the schematics out for this old dude because I don't remember what everything's at. Because there's one thing about this old dude, nothing is labeled. Not a single thing. Dude's gonna pick up the tanks and get added to a watch list for free. By the way, God, I don't want to go into politics or nothing, but did you guys hear about the car bomb in Washington D.C. today? Yeah, somebody had a car bomb in Washington D.C. I hope they smoked him. You have a meeting already lined up? Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff. When I first started flying the drone out here, I ended up getting a phone call from the FAA. Yeah, I saw it on. I saw the bombing video, the smoke from it off of an Twitter video. X what? Can Elon just rename the thing back to freaking Twitter? I'm so tired of calling it X. It doesn't make sense. I saw it on an X video. That sounds like something real dirty. I mean, it is Elon, so you never know. Everybody's got the kinks, and I don't begrudge them that. But you know what? Keep that stuff in the bedroom where it belongs. Wah wah wah. But kind of like some of the other creators have done recently is there's not much to actually do on stream right now, so it's just a chill and chat stream for the most part. Wanted to show off what I got going on. Oh hell yeah, bro! Hell yeah, I agree with that. Get her done. Oh, that's a satisfying smack. It's the drawer, y'all. It's the drawer. Hold on, I got a cough. Well, that didn't mute. Yeah, I know which project you're talking about. Um, I actually have a friend of mine who has done that. Chill streams are good. Chill streams are good. I know, I know, I know. Especially when it's nice and cool in this room. Yeah, keep your kinks in the bedroom. Unlike these damn millennials, they put their kinks out for the world to see. Let's go to this camera. So I need ideas, by the way, everybody. And oh my gosh, look at this. I am so sorry, TikTok. Once again, TikTok, you guys are getting forgotten about because it StreamLabs is not combining the chat like they're supposed to. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Almost, oh God, look at all you beautiful people. I am doing well. Can I show you my best design? Not right now, I can't, unfortunately. They keep in the bedroom, but they escape. Oh God, come on, Steven. Dang, bro. JPP, stop giving out insider secrets, man. Jeez. But I have been looking for new things to print. Let's see. Uh, so we have the turtle printing over there. And by the way, everybody, you see that sign there? It's a Central 3D Printing. I am officially sponsored by Central 3D Printing now. Yeah. Finally got me a sponsor. Wifey, stepping out of bounds there, I'll tell you what. 3 PLA printed shackles fail. Carbon fiber printed shackles. Heck yeah. But we're printing Mythical Cosplay's Sea Turtle back there. It's 2.5 days of printing because it is a full multicolor print. And she bought this amazing green, this toxic green. It's a matte silk PLA as well as black. And it's pretty sick. Here, let me do this. I don't need to actually see these guys' stuff. I'm gonna put TikTok's chat up in its own window so that I can see it. Because I feel bad not being able to see chat. I'm gonna get an auto rotator as well, so it rotates through these screens based on keyword. So it's going to have an AI built into it. Yeah, I saw the launch notice the other day. JPP, the Cheaty box is launching tomorrow, so multicolor for the Cheaty. Let's see how long it takes them to get it right, though, because nobody's ever got their MMU right the first time. I mean, Bamboo screwed up there so badly that yeah, it was just horrible. FlashForge, when they announced the ADX5, well, they ended up setting back to relaunch it 6 months later. Uh, and thank you for subscribing, Alexis Valenzuela. Valenzuela. Greetings, salutations, como está, and muy bien. But yeah, we're gonna be printing all sorts of the Gen 2 system. I mean, it's got so much cool stuff. And you can even use Gridfinity with it. So all my Gridfinity inserts I can make drawers for, which is sick. Now this one I've got, this really bad, thought process with. It's got he built a steel sheet holder, but it won't hold most of my sheets. 228 is really not bad. The Ace Pro is normally what 279, and you can usually get it on sale for like 220, 209, somewhere around there. So it's right in range, definitely. But yeah, this is one of the reasons I want to build this is because, and then I'm gonna have to modify it for my bed sheets because the Ace Pro is way different sized from the Flash Forge, and then I have my two 300s. Well, that's not even close to being big enough for that. So I got 250. No, is it 256, and then 220, and then 320. Yeah, yes, just like the Ace Pro. I was looking at the specs, and it looks to be very similar to the Ace Pro. Active heating and drying, yes. And I'll be honest, guys. If I could get a sponsorship with Anycubic right now, I would take it in an instant because I have had nothing but good times so far with this. I mean, I've had some standard issues. I had a clog the other day, big deal. I've had some stuff jump off the build plate. That happens. It's called 3D printing. That's what we do, right? Hey, hello. But there's just standard things that happen in 3D printing. You just got to get used to. Not everything is as glorious as it should be. But I've been looking for more practical things to put up on my Etsy store because, as anybody not realized, if you are not directly licensed on Etsy to sell a certain item now, they will boot your butt off unless you can prove that you own it outright or you are directly licensed to do it. They will boot you off. I mean, there's a lot of misinformation about that out there, but that is essentially what it is because they're tired of the Chinese companies and Taiwanese companies and all these other companies that are sinking, you know, literally hundreds of thousands of dollars of inventory into Etsy as an actual, store instead of a, curated boutique. They think they're Walmart. No, Etsy is not Walmart. And they started off with the dragons. So screwed by Etsy sounds kind of kinky. It does. And I'm not blaming Etsy for it because Etsy's just trying to keep, their model the way it is. They don't want to turn into an Amazon or an eBay. They have a specific niche. You guys are awful. Why is it? Let me mute my mic so I can cough properly. Jesus. Oh, stupid allergies draining, man. I won't even comment on that, Stephen. I won't even comment. I heard differently at Remurf, just so you know. Just saying. Oh my gosh. It has been a hot minute since I've done a stream on TikTok and Kick. Before the end of this stream, I almost guarantee TikTok will just throw my butt off because they always do. Every live stream, I get kicked off, and Kick doesn't care what anybody does. Honestly, let Asmon Gold on it. No, I'm just kidding. Asmon's a good guy. I've actually talked to Asmon a couple of times. He's actually a really cool dude. And I still have to get with Jeremy to get that clip of Keela kicking Dan in the ass at Murph. He's got to clip that. It will go viral. It will. I swear it will. He just needs to title it Sweet Young Short Wife Kicks Yeti in the Ass. Just saying. Now, ironically, if anybody else, I know there's at least 3 people in my chat right now that knows who Keela is. Knows that she's anything but sweet. No, she really is. She's sweet. Um, she is very short. I mean, very. But she's not young. No. Everybody's younger than me. Hell, I'm old. Not everybody. I think Jerry's older than me. I know he is. Wait, you got cupcakes at Murph? She didn't bring cupcakes to Murph. What the hell? Of course, we didn't get jambalaya or goulash or anything like that at Murph either. We had to eat that expensive damn stadium food. Well, see, you need to play some PUBG more. You know what I mean? I'm young. How the heck do you figure I'm young, MJ? In just a few short months, February of next year. Keela cakes. Yeah. No. Just stop bragging. Stop bragging. I'll be at Murph next year. I will be at Murph next year. You guys are wondering what Murph is and Murph. Murph is the Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival, and Murph is Midwest Rep Rap Festival for 3D printing enthusiasts. One is held in Colorado, and the other one is held in, I don't know, is it Ohio? I don't know. Indiana? Shit, I don't know. Oh, did I send that to you, JPP? Did I send that model to you because it's absolutely hilarious? I found a model the other day, and I'm like, oh, I have got to send this to him. Let me go look at my Discord. I got your DM there, Steven. I got it. Let's see. Did I send that? No, I did not. Stand by. I know I put it in the fun things. I know I did. I know I did. I know I did. Are you kidding? They took it down? It's not in my list, and I just searched for it, and it's not here. But this is another one that was in my list. Sending it to you now. But no, there was a very unique, let's say, tackle whistle. Very um, anatomically correct tackle whistle. Is that PC enough for all the platforms I'm on? I hope so. Yeah, there was a printables model, yes. But we all know JPP's addiction to certain types of whistles, and I was like, wait, I don't, I'm not. I know you're gonna have to see this. You have to print it for Frank. Oh God. Oh no. But there was this very specific model that was up there about 2 weeks ago, and apparently it's not there any longer because it gives me a 404 page on the link that I bookmarked. And yeah, it was very anatomically correct. Oh man, I haven't done a TikTok live in forever. I'm glad I'm doing this today because this is a makeup stream for yesterday, guys. Because I literally could not stand being in this room. Yes. Uh huh. Sure. Mm-hmm. Keep telling yourself that. Just do that. You just keep telling yourself. And just so everybody knows, this is an adult stream. If you were a child, please exit now because yeah. Oh, I have actually haven't done a print and chill stream for a long time, and I really don't have much to do today. The printers are working, doing their thing. I mean, unfortunately, I'm not ready to start wiring up this printer yet. I could the only motors I could wire are the two Z-axis motors because I don't have long enough cords for the rest of them. I have to make new cords, and I think I want to get ribbon cable for the hot end and do that way until I convert it over to CAN bus with a new hot end altogether. Oh my gosh, you're awful. So I see that Central 3D gave out a lot of filament at Murph. Did everybody get some? That's one of the things I'm trying to talk the owner into right now is to do giveaways on stream, and he's just not set up for that yet. Speaking of, who did? Well, Dan got some, and I think Jeremy and Keela got some. I'm not sure about that. I just heard they might have, but it kind of makes me feel good. As far as I know, I'm the only one that is actually. I wasn't even there, but you know, um, when he reached out to me, he and I started getting. We started talking, and after Murph, I was like, "Would you be interested in doing a full sponsorship?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Cool." So I'm very happy to have them on board. Just because one, he seems like a really cool guy, and two, I can attest the quality of the central of their central printing filament. That ABS Plus is solid, man. But they only do ABS Plus right now, so and it's really inexpensive. Gosh, it's amazing at how inexpensive it is. Oh, nice. Like the lightweight PLA. Is that the foam PLA? That pre-foamed PLA? Some of that stuff is really interesting to print with. I've had one spool of the lightweight pre-foamed PLA, and I can't remember who I got that from. Which it was really amazing for gap fill or just foams when you print it. Yeah, the lightweight stuff is really cool. It's harder than hell to sand, I'll tell you that. Well, at least the stuff I had was really hard to sand. As a matter of fact, that's what the first Voyager that I printed is made out of. Oh, you have the polymite? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jennifer T-shirt, welcome. Sir Jerix, what's going on? Little Damien, what's happening? Mind Dev, what's going on, my friend? You guys, you know what? I'm not trying to ignore TikTok at all, but I'm just telling you, it's for some reason StreamLabs is not combining the chat like it normally does, so I don't see your guys' messages. Yeah, I have my own design of bag clips, the gator clips, and I'm trying to get a marketing campaign going for them so I can sell them properly. Let's go back to this screen since it's just chatting and maybe turn the camera back on. Hey, there we go. But on the resin printer, I'm printing my Father's Day gift from my youngest son. It's a Viking themed mech type figurine. I'm not sure. You can. He's gonna paint it for me and everything after I get done printing it. But there's like 95 different parts to this thing. You can choose all sorts of different weapons and. Oh, that's sick. Cigar snippers. Nifty. Hey, Havoc, what's happening? We're just chilling right now, my friend. Just chilling. But and then I got to make more brackets for the that thing, the vent hose. I don't like the way it goes. Oh, okay, JPP. I'd definitely be up for that. Sure. You're having a breakdown trying to fix your Merc. What did you break on your Merc, man? I'm having a breakdown trying to put this thing together. This thing. This. I mean, I love the project, but it has been such a pain in my butt. Mostly to get parts, you know. Mostly just to get parts. But no, I was going to show you. You were talking about flesh toned ABS. Well, I asked Central to send me a color that I've never used before, and he sent me this brown. I have never printed in brown, not once. And it is a very specific tone of brown. You did you blow the main board, or just having problems with the main board and toolhead? But this is actually, I mean, I've got their Galaxy, not their Starry Black, and I love printing with it. So I can't imagine this is going to be any different. So, like I said, I'll throw the link up and everything in the description after the video. If you guys are interested, just go over there. Tell them the captain sent you. Cola Pinto 43, sí, ¿cómo está? Let's see, where's that? Where's the. And their black ABS is pretty sick. Because it's just, I mean, it's a Galaxy Black, is all it really is. See if I can get that into the wrong camera. You can kind of see the sparkles. Autofocus doesn't want to work. All right, cool. I'll take a look at it. And then I have, oh, God, that hurts. Mythical sent me this as a father, gave this to me as a Father's Day present. This is some of the sickest, weirdest filament I have ever seen. It's from Geetech, and it is a silk blue, purple, black. And all you see on the top is the blue. But you look on the inside and you see the black and the purple on the inside, and it's the clear spool. So that's actually pretty sick. I got to figure out a cool project with this. And let's see, what else do we got down here? I think that's oh yeah, that's some clear green from Elegoo. And we have some Anycubic gray. And Eson ABS Plus straight black. And this is Overture Black Pet G. Ow. Oh. It's a tri-extrusion. You plugged in the fans while they were both powered on. And ooh, you heard popping. Oh, you probably blew the resistors. Or, I mean, did you? I don't know which board you're using, but did you just check the fuse on the board? I mean, that seriously sucks, dude. I mean, uh, Yeah, I don't have anything idea what the hell that is. Oh, it's an afterburner toolhead PCB. I got one of those. And I got this is an SKR Turbo 1.4 if you want it. Oh, dang, JPP, that sucks. Yeah, that over voltage, that's no bueno. No bueno indeed. Or I could send you a boatload of Creality 4.2.2 boards. I have a ton of those. But it's literally a point. Oh, you already got a replacement? I bet you didn't blow up the pie. I bet you it just flash fried the SD card. Why are my dogs going nuts? Why are my dogs going nuts? Check the front door camera. But they're going nuts. Maybe there was somebody here a moment ago. Nope. Why does this show the last recording was at 9:30 in the morning? Weird. I have no idea. And we got better things to do, like talk. Oh, having anything to stick to the plate on the K1. Yeah, I've had those days. Um, I'm going to order a bottle of that nanopolymer that everybody's been talking about, but I mean that stuff's really expensive. I haven't had any issues with anything sticking to the build plate recently, though. Especially since I enclosed those two printers. Well, I enclosed the Flash Forge, and the Cobra S1 came enclosed. That's going to be the interesting part. Is I've actually been talking to LTX, and I'm going to find a way to put an enclosure around this guy. It's probably going to include standoffs, so it's going to be a box around a box. And it'll have to probably go up fairly high, probably about I don't know, 300, about 200 millimeters above the printer, which is going to kind of suck. But one thing I can say is I am super, super proud of Dan's recent success. I mean, each one of his live streams, lately has been getting 30, 40, 50 people. That's been pretty awesome. I'm glad to see him finally growing, you know. He's worked hard and he deserves it. Yeah, Vision Miner, that's what I was talking about. Exactly. It's just a little bit pricey. See, I've got cold plate for the Flash Forge. It also fits on, a normal Ender as well. And it works really good until you screw it up. I already screwed one side of it up. Um, yeah, don't use alcohol on those things. I didn't know that. Nobody ever told me. I haven't tried the purple cold plates though. I've got the pink ones, I believe they are. As a matter of fact, I don't even know where it's at right now. It might be underneath one of the plates in the flash forge, at the bottom of the flash forge. Yeah, I mean it's the Vision Miner nanopolymer. Everybody recommends it. I've seen its results. It works great, but yeah, the purple ones are new. I saw the who was it? Was it Projects in Dad's Garage? Didn't he do a video on that, or was it somebody else? I don't remember. These drawers, actually, I got the idea from him off of his video about these darn drawers. And I mean, these things are they're very well engineered, very well engineered. My only problem is they take forever to print. You're a mod, JPP. Throw your discount code in chat. Throw the link down. Eduardo, thank you. Thank you for liking the live, my friend. I appreciate you. Yeah, their Girari drawer system is sick. It's just taking forever to print. I've got 3 drawers printed, and it's been 3 days. I mean, if you were to do this with just one printer for the design that I have, which is this entire back wall here, just drawers, lines of drawers, so I can get some of this room organized. Um, it'll take me months. You'd have to have at least 2 printers dedicated to it 24 hours a day. And I unfortunately can't do that because I have other things that I do need to print. You know, I do have the occasional customer, order, which I'm trying to get more of so I can buy more printers. But yeah, here's some news for you, by the way. I will my wife's disability back pay got put on hold again because her case got forgotten about and fell through the cracks at Social Security again. So now they're talking that she won't get her back pay until late August at the earliest, which is beyond their 90-day mandate by 30 days. So I can't get my house fixed. I can't buy my shed. I can't do anything until then. See, there you go. Yeah. I was kind of irritated about all that. It happened. Things will work out eventually. It's just very frustrating in the interim, you know, because I do need to get the siding on my house fixed before winter. Now, granted, it gets cold. Thankfully, it doesn't start snowing like a bat out of hell until December, normally. But I have had, I mean, I have to, my brain just went completely squirrel brained because the dogs are barking again. Um, I need to, what was it? Yeah, I have to rent a 16-yard dumpster because we're in the process of getting the backyard completely cleared out. The unfortunate part about that is well, I have to wait until, you know, she gets her monthly check, and then I can get the dang thing, and then I can only get it for a week, and then means almost all my streams are going to be canceled except for early morning stuff for like another week because I'll be wore out because my boys work and it's just me and my wife at home during the day. So I gotta end up doing it all by myself because she can't. And it's like $350 for a 16-yard dumpster for a week. That's with one dump. I mean, that's a big, big dumpster. So, and I'm going to be separating a bunch of stuff out for the scrapper that's here in town. He's going to come pick up all of that crap, the metals and so forth like that. But my backyard is a complete, just absolute dumpster fire right now. Oh no, Havoc. No. Printer problems like that, they suck, man. Everybody's got unique individual issues. I mean, I've got stuff like that happening, on a daily here. It's just part of 3D printing, Oops, I fucked. Oh, excuse my French. I screwed that up, you know. And just unplanned expenses and stuff like that. There's nothing that's minor, really. I mean, let's be honest. These are all first world problems. Everything that we deal with, unless we're starving, is a first world issue. I'm super thankful that I have everything that I have. And that I own my home outright. I'm super thankful for all of that. But I'm trying to with me, I'm trying to get my ass to a point where I can be proud of my property again. You know what I'm saying? This My property, even though the house isn't that great, used to be one of the gems of the neighborhood. I kept my lawn good, my fence was straight, the house was in decent condition outside, and nope, not anymore. The drawer you printed this morning pulled the magnet. How the what the heck? How did you do that? Did the adhesive come off? I've never seen that. I've still never seen that, even with printing with ASA. That is nutty. Um, I'll tell you what I actually use to put the magnets on the bed sheet, the beds. I use the 3M automotive adhesive. That stuff doesn't come off for anything. It's a spray. You can pick it up at any Napa Auto Parts store or O'Reilly's or just about anywhere. It's meant for adhering body panels together or trim. That stuff does not come off. But yeah, I have never seen that. That is so weird. So for anybody wondering, by the way, let me switch over to this. I got to show you this. This is the absolute Just nuttiest thing. You're gonna order a new magnet sheet next week. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's go to intermission. So this is the Anycubic, and oh dear, am I gonna have to stop this already? What the heck? That green literally just came out of the package, and it looked. And yeah, it's gonna. I'm gonna have to stop the print because all it's doing right now is printing supports and the base of the tail of the turtle. Because if you look, I'll show you guys the actual print here. This is the actual print, and I had to color all this. So all it was doing is it was printing the base of the tail right here. And the supports, which, yeah, these two supports right here are both toast. Henry, what's happening? No problem, no problem. Yeah, both of these supports on the build plate are just absolute toast. But I'm thinking I need to figure this out to be a little bit better because look at this. There's a day and 12 hours of flushing time. I know, Steven. I know. It's 19 hours and 30 minutes of actual printing, a day and 12 hours of flushing time just to do multicolor on this. And I literally had to paint this inside of Orca Slicer on my own, which is a pain in the ass. You need to rest. Well, go rest, Henry. I appreciate you being here. Dang it. That just kind of absolute sucks. Because it had been printing already for 4.5 hours. And it only made it up to right here. Let's go. Let me go down. Let me go down. Let me go down. Come on. Come on. I'll tell you where it was. Right there. That's 4.5 hours. But that's how many color changes as it did. Yeah, the Ender 5S1 is 220 by 220 by 280. It's just a normal build plate, so get the S1 Cobra. Get the S1 Cobra. You won't have to worry about lockdown firmware. See you later, Henry. Have a good one, my friend. I mean, the P1S is on sale right now for a stupidly good price. As a matter of fact, I'm actually considering picking up a mini because what they're 218 bucks. But yeah. Yeah, right now I'm not saying anything bad about Bamboo right now, but there's a reason why everything is half off for the most part. Oh, it's not. It wasn't even printing this right. Okay, we got to go look at this. I'm pulling the build plate out. We're going to go to the top-down camera. Top-down camera, yeah, darn thing. All right. So look how stringy this is. This is just, it's horrible. And that camera sucks at autofocusing. Hold on. There, that should be a little bit better. But this is horrible. But here's the tail, and why does it have black in it? It's doing a color change, and there's no black in that. The black should be right here on the edge of the shell, and it's green. So I evidently didn't get something sliced correctly, but the first layer went down beautifully. I mean, just gorgeous. But why are there color shifts in the support material like this? The ADX5 is solid, Havoc. I actually have gotten to talk to a few people that own them. And since the latest repairs and all that, they are stupidly happy with them. These things have like the best magnets in the world, by the way, these Cobra S1s. Golly. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board on that print because there's no use in wasting filament. Oh, I get you. Everybody wants, a multicolor that's reliable. That's the reason I went with the Cobra S, the Cobra, because it's amazing. I mean, even the Cobra 3 Max, if you're just, wanting a large format bed slinger, is a good one. I mean, it's obviously a bed slinger, but and you can print ASA and ABS on it. So, well, the Cobra S1 comes fully enclosed. That's let's go here. That's that printer right there. And I mean, it does have a very strange um, build volume, but I mean, it's a lot bigger than 220. I'll tell you that. No, the Elegoo, that'd be, it's a good solid printer. Wait, you bought a Happy Turtle lettuce feeder kit instead of making your own? For shame. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. So this paint job obviously is not going to work because you can see that this part of the shell down here is supposed to be black, and it was printing it in black and green down here at the bottom, right here. See that right there? It was printing it in black and green. Well, yeah. I mean, I printed my own parts. Obviously, you have to print your own parts. But my biggest issue was sourcing all of the stupid parts for that kit. I could not, for the life of me, get the derail. Nobody had any, and now I have it. So that's sick. Well, good luck building that thing, man. I've got two kits. I've got two sets of printed parts and all the stuff to build two of them. But I'm not even going to start on that for a long time till I get some of this other stuff out of the way. Oh man, this is going to suck. To have to go back to scratch and repaint this thing is going to be a nightmare. It would be, except supports. So here, watch. If I reposition this guy, can you see how many supports I'm gonna have on the belly? Let's just see how many supports we get on the belly. Are you down with JPP? Yeah, you know me. Yeah, but there's so few supports needed if you print them vertically. I've done this already. I'll show you what's happening. I mean, it's an oh my god type of moment. I know supports are still faster than color swaps. I know. Did us. What's happening? Welcome. Yeah, that's what it does when. Yeah. That's an oh my god support hell. And granted, it does print a ton faster and only has 10 hours of flushing. Now, on its back, I haven't tried that yet. So let's try that. So let's flip the little guy. You might have Dan take a look at your mark. It wouldn't hurt. There's just too many overhangs in this model to make it viable for printing without support hell and or cleanup hell. But we'll see here. We shall see. And it doubled the print time again because of all the color shifts. Yows, just because of the blue eyes. Look at that. It's got to do an entire ring of blue just for the blue eyes. That's insane. I mean, I could pull the white and the blue out and allow her to just go ahead and paint that. Yeah, at least with bigger supports are a little bit easier to get off than all those tiny little ones. Because on the base of this thing, that's a billion tiny little supports. There you go. Now you can see that. Look at that. Ugh. I mean, you're probably right. Granted, this model was not meant for multicolor. It was not designed for that. I painted all this on. But yeah, it's gonna. This, I guess I'm just gonna have to do it this way. The belly's not gonna be visible that much anyway. I just hate dealing with all those stupid nubs from from that. I did try in this configuration. I did try painting on supports, and it wasn't enough. Not even close to enough. It kept giving me errors repeatedly. Not you have to do this. You don't have to do that. So what I'm going to do though is we're going to dry this filament out overnight. Let me just put it at 30. This is one of the things I love about this. We'll just leave it at 35C drying out overnight because the stringing on that showed me that green is just it's wetter than hell. I did do organic slim, and I did do tight as well. Let's try tree slim. I mean, that's up to you. I mean, index only gives you two colors though, unless you want to go stupid fancy. And get all the print heads for it. So I saw a picture on Reddit the other day, and I wanted to share it, and I forgot to download the stupid thing. Yeah, they put four of them on a V0. I know, but there was a guy that has an Orange Storm Giga who put 14 Stealth Burner quick change heads. Not Stealth Burner, but Dragon Burners. 14. And he still had room. Could you imagine the cost of that? Each one of those is like $250. Plus, you've got a $4,000 printer. Well, that's 20 hours. and that's not as many supports to deal with. So we might try that, but I'm not going to print it until tomorrow morning. That way, I can ensure that that filament's dry. Yeah, the SV08 can have up to 10 index tool heads. I know. Yeah, it's nuts. That guy on Reddit though, he was creating a custom rack for all of the filament. I was like, oh, yeah. There's a lot less color changes. I mean, we're only dealing with what? Let's go see here. So everything above here is all black. So we're only dealing with 50 millimeters or so of color changes from 292. Oh no, 200 millimeters. 200 layers. Sorry. Yeah, about 200 layers. It's still a 20-hour print, so it's still bad, but not as bad. So I don't care about seams. Don't show me seams. Oh, I just noticed that this thing does not need to have 15% infill. I think 8% is more than enough. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. I put 8%. That's still pretty damn tight for infill. 6%. It doesn't need to be crosshatched because it's not dimensional, for God's sakes. By the way, did anybody else notice? Did anybody else notice that Dan has a baby belt? How the hell did he convince Rob to give him a baby belt printer? I tried to steal one from Rob. He wouldn't let me steal it. That literally did not change the printing time whatsoever. Yeah, that's one thing I'm not forward, looking for for this printer, the DUENDER project, is um, the plates that need to be metal on the X, Y, and Z. Really, I didn't know. I didn't know he had that. Interesting. I thought he got it last week too. But I need to find somebody that can CNC parts for me because the guy that was supposed to do it has bailed on me. I sent him the design, and his quote was, "Is it's too complicated. I can't do that." Yes, this is 3D printing finding Nympho. I love that name. That's awesome. Okay, we got it down to 17 hours just by changing the infill type. I still don't think I need even 6%. This is going to be a showpiece, so it doesn't not need. It's not going outside. It's going to sit up on a bench. No, I don't know. You know what? I'm actually going to get one of those baby belts though. Those things are so fun. They're sick. Besides the fact I have a bunch of small parts that I want to run off, and just keeping that thing running 24 hours a day would be epic. Still didn't change the time, but we're 4%. We're just gonna stick with that. So I'm gonna save that project file, and then I will print that in the morning. I think it is the orange one. I still want to know how he got Rob to give him one though. Was it a blue green one? I don't know. We can always open up his stream and find out. Turn the cam back on. So we'll give this one a shot. We'll give this one a shot. At least it'll print straight green up until layer 242. So that'll speed things up quite a bit. Oh, you mean talking to Rob? He's a very impressive dude. He's got some. He's got a brain pan up there that's pretty unreal. This is a 2-day print. Well, this can take 17 hours, 8 minutes. So basically 2 days. Well, 1 day, 1 24-hour period. 1 day, 3 hours, 19 minutes for total print. So if I start it first thing in the morning, it'll be done mid-afternoon the day after. Dan and Terry are a hoot. Oh my God, those two. That's a dynamic that's it's funny as hell. It's like Jeremy and Keela. They have this dynamic, you know, that just makes it work. But Dan and Terry take it to a whole new level. It's like my wife. If you guys ever see me in my game streams, you can sometimes hear her. She will come in and just stand at the door and give me shit. She used to do that all the time when I had my stream room out in the living room. She would just give me shit constantly, and people would just be laughing their asses off in chat. But guys, we're at the 2 hour mark, so I'm done. I don't know how about you guys, but I'm done. When's game night starting up again, JPP? You take care as well, finding info. You come on back, you hear? That's part of why you don't stream. Have a good one, finding info. Oh, what a fun time. It's been a blast just sitting here, just chilling with you guys. All right, Independence game night next week. All right, cool. You know what? It's been a slow day for viewers, and it didn't start off that way, but it is what it is. So I appreciate you being here. So all that good stuff. Nice, nice, JPP. Awesome. we'll have to get in Discord and chat some more. I'll take a look at that video you sent me here in just a bit. That's it, everybody. I'm out of here. Have a great night. Peace.